The last straw for me was Jason Bourne. Robert Ludlum's books got me through some difficult moments in my life. I was invested in that character. I had already built Jason Bourne in my mind. The way he moved, the way he thought, the tension that followed him everywhere. Then the movie came out, and for the first time, I realized something about Hollywood. Sometimes when they make a movie, they don't just adapt the story. They take the character away from the reader. For those that do not know me, my name is Timothy and I run a WhatsApp group for the Black Diaspora, a space where we study the moves the world makes around us. Right now, we are building the $1 Diaspora Fund Registry. The idea is simple. If Africans in the diaspora organize even $1 together, we can begin building capital that belongs to us. If you believe the diaspora should play a role in building Africa's future, join the $1 Diaspora Fund Registry. All the links are in the bio. When a writer creates a book, they're not just telling a story, they're inviting the reader into a collaboration. The writer provides the words, but the reader builds the world. You decide what the characters look like. You decide how the city feels, how the hero walks, how the villain speaks, how the tension rises in a room before something happens. Every reader participates in finishing the story. Two people can read the same exact book and experience two completely different stories in their minds. That's because a book is not a finished product. It's a partnership between the reader and the writer. But something interesting happens when Hollywood turns that book into a movie. The movie doesn't just adapt the story, it interrupts that relationship. The director chooses the actors, a designer builds the set, and the soundtrack tells you when to feel sad, tense, or victorious. In many ways, the movie steals the imaginative space that originally belonged to the reader. That's why people often say something strange after watching movies based on books. They say things like, "That's not how I pictured it." Of course it isn't. The movie just replaced your imagination with someone else's imagination. Now, I want you to think about how powerful that is. Once a movie becomes popular, the character stops belonging to the reader. It now belongs to the actor. Imagine reading a book version of Training Day before the film existed. In your mind, Alonzo might look one way, but once Denzel Washington plays the role, that image becomes permanent. Now, whenever people think of Alonzo, they see Denzel Washington. The imagination that once belonged to thousands of readers becomes standardized. Everyone sees the same face, same scenes, and quotes the same lines. So before I go, movies are powerful because they create shared experiences, but they also do something else. They take a story that once lived privately between a reader and a writer and turn it into a public interpretation. Books let you build the story. Movies show you someone else's version of it. Once that happens, the quiet collaboration between writer and reader is completely gone. Now let me ask the question, which one do you prefer? The story you build in your own imagination, or the one someone else builds for you on the screen? Let us know in the comments. Let's move.